What's up guys, Alex Wallace here from Wallace Training Systems, and today we're going to talk a little bit about leg drive during the bench press. We did something similar, a short video on this on our Instagram. If you aren't following us on Instagram, make sure you do. It's just Wallace Training Systems. If you look that up, we're the only Wallace Training System, so you'll easily find us. But anyway, leg drive during the bench press is something that I think a lot of people don't really understand. I've seen it explained ways that I think make it too complicated. So I'm really gonna break it down into two parts. I'm gonna make it how I use leg drive in the first part, why I think it's beneficial for most people, and then why I've seen other people use leg drive in the second half. So I use a very basic foundation for leg drive, and other people are a little more advanced, but I think there's a certain size requirement and an experience level for this more advanced leg drive that I don't even do either. And I'm not a great bencher, but I've been benching for a long time. So first and foremost, I'll show you how to actually set up the leg drive. So where you place your feet is really gonna depend on, it's gonna depend on you. I'll show you how I do it, but I'll show you how I have done it in the past. But more or less, what I'll do is I lay back and I actually put my feet behind my knees. So some people will have their feet out in front of you, which is okay. I have done it like this, but I go feet behind my knees and I actually squeeze the bench a little bit. So that's gonna prevent my butt from coming up, and believe it or not, I'm already flexing my legs a little bit. So I go feet, I go toes behind the knees, and I squeeze the bench here. From there, obviously good setup, I'm retracting my scapula, I touch, and then everything flexes in my lower body, my butt, my quads, my calves, and I drive everything up. So again, I'm here, everything flexes and comes up. Here, everything flexes and comes up. So the reason I use leg drive is twofold. Number one, it prevents my feet from moving around a lot. So in powerlifting, if you lift up a foot, that's a missed lift. Additionally, why I squeeze the bench with my legs is because if your butt comes off of the bench, that's also a missed lift. Now, you might not be a power lifter, but I still think that powerlifting gives good metrics on how you should actually set up and execute your movements. So I try to have a lot of my clients do the lifts almost like they're in a powerlifting meet, or at least close to it. So for me, I use leg drive to keep my feet planted, keep my butt planted, and also keep my upper back tight. So what will happen is in a max effort lift, or as you're getting more and more fatigued, things will start to get loose. But if I'm really driving my back hard into the bench and focused on keeping my scapula retracted, my legs tight, my feet planted, that's just a more solid foundation for me to bench from. It keeps me in the parameters of my sport, it keeps me in the actual rule set, and it also allows me to continue to lift with good form and maximal weight. What I've seen somebody else use leg drive, so this is part two, why I've seen more advanced people use leg drive, or especially bigger guys, is to actually be the catalyst from a pause bench to get the weight moving. So what I've seen people do, I'll replicate it, but this isn't how I bench, is they'll let the bar sink deep into their stomach or chest area, and then when they get the press command, boom, their legs come up, and that actually starts the movement. That little bit of, the explosive arch, the leg drive, the butt flex, actually gets the bar moving up and back. So I don't bench like that, but I have seen people use leg drive this way. What they'll do, set up, same idea. You can put your feet, the bigger guys normally don't have as much of an arch. Some of them do, so I'm gonna set up kind of how I would normally set up. What they'll do is they'll let the bar sink deeper, boom. And then when they get that press command, they flex their legs hard. You can already see, once I flex my legs and butt, the bar's already moving up and back a little bit. So boom, and then up. So again, they'll let it sink deeper. They'll get that press command, up and back. That's not why I use leg drive, I just use it to stay tight. But I have seen people, once they let the bar sink deep into them, they'll use that leg drive, they'll flex their butt and their quads, and boom, that actually breaks the inertia of the bar to come up and back. A couple principles of leg drive that whether you're somebody that's bigger, more advanced, or somebody that's just starting to learn how to use leg drive, some of the basic principles are, stay tight and make sure you're actually flexing your entire lower body. Some people will just flex their calves and then they'll lose their arch. Some people will just flex their butt and they're not getting any forward back pressure to keep their upper back tight. So for me, I just kind of flex everything, boom. So I'm squeezing the bench for me. A lot of guys don't do that, but I do. It keeps my butt planted. I drive hard with my calves and my quads, and I keep everything tight in my upper back. So just flexing the legs for leg drive. That's the skinny on leg drive. If you like the video, don't forget to like the video. If you're interested in seeing more, make sure you hit subscribe. Again, I'm Alex Wallace from Wallace Training Systems, and thanks for watching.